Hey guys, it's the mama here. Before we get started, I just wanted to put this quick disclaimer out there. We make light of a lot of horrible things, and trust me, they are horrible. We are not, however, making fun of the topics we discuss. Us laughing or cracking jokes is simply our way of coping with the atrocities we talk about. We have nothing but love and support for the victims and their families, and will never stoop that low. We've experienced tragedy ourselves. This is why we do what we do. That being said, stay spoopy, our friends. Horror-cultural, where we grow love for all things spooky and macabre. Hey!
Pterodactyl!
I thought you were going to say terracotta at first.
Banana, terracotta, pot. Anyway.
I was going to say, well, spring is coming and we do have to plant. Pterodactyl.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Or if you're a cool... That's a T-Rex. A pterodactyl is the one that flies and has little...
He still has little...
He has like the little prongs on the end of his wings.
Oh, hey, horrorheads.
Do you know why the P in pterodactyl is silent?
No.
Because you can't hear it urinate.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey guys!
I hope everybody is doing very, very well.
Better than I am!
Spring has sprung.
Kinky.
The moon has been doing some freaky deaky shit. The planets are in actual alignment.
Well then.
That's just me talking some witchy shit. But yeah, they really are. If you go outside, you can
Yeah, I
kind
bet.
of like
So.
see them. So anywho, any whore bag.
Excuse me. I'm starting this episode. And yeah, did you like the new intro? They got rid of our fucking old one.
I know. I'm so fucking mad.
But at least the new intro's pretty good. Anyway.
You just need to make one that we both like.
I'll figure it out eventually. I'll figure
I'm
it
so
out.
fucking mad they got rid of our intro.
Yeah.
What the hell? God damn it, Anchor or a podcast or whatever the hell.
Podcasting for Spotify. Anyway.
Fucking asses.
So.
Sorry, we love you.
Please don't ban us. Anyway.
Please don't kick us off.
So. As some of our as some of our listeners may know.
Yeah, viewers. I still don't have
Yeah.
the YouTube done.
As some of our listeners may know, if they follow stuff like I do, recently, Resident Evil 4 Remake has come out, and the reason I bring this up is because I'm doing a small history lesson on zombies.
Oh.
So,
Brains.
I get to that, trust me.
There's a girl in
the
the garden.
So,
For those of you who do not know, that is from Shaun of the Dead, one of the best
zombie movies.
zombie movies fucking of all time.
Now, I wish I didn't start off like that, because the way I have this written, I just kind of go into it.
Oh.
So, I'm just going to read it as is, because I think it'll just be funny now. The Walking Dead, 28 Days Later, Reanimator.
28 Days Later was a great movie.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, fantastic series, but I stopped watching it when your brother passed away.
Nothing on Reanimator, huh?
Oh, I fucking love the Reanimator. I made you watch the Reanimator.
No, you didn't, because I remember jack shit after I watched. If I had seen Reanimator at some point when I was a kid, I do not remember it
It was a little traumatizing.
Because I watched it for the actual first time a few years ago with my friends.
No, you watched it as a kid.
I don't fucking remember it then. Anyway, all these movies have one major thing in common. Zombies! Zombies have been a staple of horror for ages, but where does the concept, let alone the word itself for that matter, come from? The first recorded use of the word zombie was back in 1819 by English poet Robert Southey, referring to the Afro-Brazilian rebel leader Zumbi.
Okay.
That's all it gave me. No real clarification on that. But the first recorded mention of zombies, though not by the name zombies, was traced back to Mesopotamia from a story known as The Descent of Ishtar, where the goddess herself, Ishtar, threatens, "If you do not open the gate for me to come in, I shall smash the door and shatter the bolt. I shall smash the doorpost and overturn the doors. I shall raise up the dead, and they shall eat the living, and the dead shall outnumber the living.
Zombies!
Yeah. The Oxford Dictionary, however, actually originates the word to Central Africa, comparing it to the Congo words Nzambi, spelled Nzambi, meaning God, and Zumbi, meaning fetish. And I'm not gonna lie, God fetish sounds like a baller movie or video game title.
Yeah, you ain't lying there.
Or like a metal band.
Metal band!
Like, that is some, like, Combi Christ level metal band name.
That is Combi Christ right there.
We are God fetish. Now.
That's some guar shit.
Yeah. So, now the concept of a zombie is pretty familiar to everybody. It is so ingrained in the zeitgeist of humanity at this point. That
what?
Zeitgeist.
The fuck does that mean?
Basically the collective knowledge.
Okay.
That even children could give you a basic description of one. You could walk up to like a 6-year-old and be like, "Hey kid, what's a zombie?" And they're like, they're the creepy things that try to eat your brains and stuff. And I'd be like,
everybody says that. Eat your brains.
And you know, I'd be like, yeah, that's good. And you know,
but would they be wrong?
They're not wrong. That's what I'm saying. Corpses reanimated by either magic or science, usually rotting, driven by the hunger for flesh or brains, which, by the way, the brains thing didn't start until 1985 with Return of the Living Dead. So,
fantastic movie!
So, fun fact for you guys. So yeah, the whole zombies eating brains thing, that started in the 80s. And people thought it started in, like, fucking Night of the Living Dead. It's like, nah! Anyway, I digress. Unstoppable unless you destroy the head or brain. You know, like... what was it? No. Wait, give me a second. Remove the head or destroy the brain.
Yes.
I got it.
Again, Shaun of the Dead.
Yep. Zombies have
I'm sorry, but that was one of the best... I will say... the best zombie.
It is definitely top 3 zombie movies.
Especially because it's got the comedy in it.
Yeah, top 3 zombie movies easily.
If you don't want a comedy zombie movie, there's several to choose from.
Yeah, honestly, after seeing it for the first time, I'd have to say Dawn of the Dead is a really good one.
Yeah.
The 70s one.
Yeah. But Shaun of the Dead,
top 3.
Fucking classic. And I will watch it every single time it's on.
It's classic, and it came out in like 2002.
And it's hysterical.
It's such a good movie.
But it's a British flick, and so they're
so
funny anyway. Because they cuss like sailors over there, and it's nothing.
Yeah. So.
Unlike us uptight Americans.
Well, our country was founded by prudes.
Well, there is that.
So, zombies have been retooled over the years to the point where we now have categories for zombies.
Tool.
Anyway. That we now have categories of zombies. We have shamblers, like those in George Romero movies, like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, stuff like that. We have the infected, like in 28 Days Later.
Great movie.
Yeah, 28 Days Later is the zombie movie that helped popularize infected as a category of zombie. It also is the movie that gave us runners.
Yeah, because typically when you think of a zombie,
you think of shamblers,
and they walk all slow, and you can
outwalk them,
just like Zombieland.
Yeah. Cardio. Another
great one.
Yes.
I love Zombieland, where it's cardio, exactly.
Yeah, rule number 1, cardio.
Right? You don't have to run super fast, just faster than the guy that's behind you.
Yes. So, where was I? infected like in 28 Days Later. And even intelligent zombies, like you see in Return of the Living Dead.
And also,
Warm Bodies is another one.
I liked Warm Bodies. The one with Will Smith.
I Am Legend.
Fun
fact.
Great movie.
Fun fact. Those are not technically zombies.
What the fuck are they?
In the novel that it was originally based on I think the novel came out in like the 50s. They are vampires.
They don't fucking look like no vampires
Well,
to me.
That's why they never came out during the day.
Because that one was smart as fuck.
Yes. So, I Am Legend is technically a vampire movie if you want to be a dick about it. But yeah, honestly, a lot of people have cited I Am Legend as an influence on their zombie. Yeah, a vampire novel influenced zombie movies. Believe it or not.
Legend is probably one of my most favorites.
That had a very depressing
I
ending.
do watch that every time it comes on. And I always cry when the dog dies.
But where did the idea for a zombie come from? Like, the actual concept of a zombie.
Voodoo?
Popular theory suggests it was inspired by Haitian voodoo.
Yes!
Reanimating the dead by way of witchcraft.
Goddamn witchcraft.
So, yeah. I'll get into a little bit more.
I don't say that in a negative way, mind you.
So, oh god, Coors Light sucks. No offense. Mixed company. Ethnobotanist, an ethnobotanist, by the way, is someone who studies the flora of a certain area.
Yes.
Ethnobotanist Wade Davis traveled to Haiti in 1982, and as a result of his investigations, claimed that a living person can be turned into a zombie by two special powders being introduced into the bloodstream, usually by a wound. The first, known as coup de powder, or powder strike, includes tetrodotoxin, which, if you know your shit, is the neurotoxin that's found in the flesh of pufferfish.
May I interject?
Sure.
I knew this.
Yes.
Because I practice.
Yes. This is for people that don't know.
I would never reanimate anything, though. But in my studies, which is how I knew it came from
Pufferfish.
voodoo, I knew this.
Yay!
I knew something!
The second powder consists of hallucinogenics such as nightshade.
'Cause that's not deadly. But that's the thing.
Together,
you can't fuck around with these voodoo priestesses and priests, man.
Together, these powders were said to induce a death-like state in which the will of the victim would be entirely subjected to that of the Bacchus, or voodoo practitioner.
Yes.
Davis also popularized the story of Clairvius Narcisse, who was claimed to have succumbed to this practice. Now, do you know the story of Clairvius Narcisse?
I don't believe so.
Basically, and this is like the Cliff Notes. This is the Spark Notes version of the Spark Notes version of the story.
So
This is the most bare bones explanation of the story.
All right.
And I'm probably pronouncing this man's name completely wrong, but Clairvius Narcisse was supposedly it was supposedly introduced into his bloodstream this concoction of powders where he was pronounced dead and was buried, and I've seen conflicting claims on how long he was buried for. Like, there was it was a few days. No, it was a few years.
I do know this story. In my studies, I did read about this guy.
So, yeah.
And I did read it was 2 years.
Yes, that was one of the things. It was he was buried for 2 years, and he...
See? How else would I know 2 years?
Yeah. It was 2, 3 years. I've seen somewhere it was it was a few days, and the others were it was 3 years. But point being, he was buried, time had passed, longer than, longer than a living person would have to...
You should have decomposed
yes.
and gone back to Gaia.
Yes.
At that point.
He came back, walked up to a woman, and was like, "You are my sister." And everyone's like, "No, this is the guy. He's not lying."
Right.
But yeah. And then he was apparently he was subjected to being a slave to the Bacchus, or what was the one for females? Klepsy or something like that?
Well, that's the thing. The zombies come back to serve
their master.
The master who brought them back. It's kind of like the
Caplata. That's the female one.
What is the other? So a golem.
Yes.
A golem.
Well, a golem to me is...
But they're made from
clay.
Clay.
That's a Jewish thing.
Right. But they can take any form. But it's basically the same concept.
Yes.
Except a golem was not a human being.
Fun fact. Wonder Woman is technically considered a golem. or a homunculus, rather. One of those two. Because because Wonder Woman superhero.
Wonder Woman!
Yeah. Wonder Woman was created from, how did they put it? She was molded from clay by the goddess Hera.
But Hera, I thought, was her mother.
Exactly. Wonder Woman is a golem / homunculus and a demigod.
Well, I know she's a demigod.
Yes, but she was created by
Just
Hera.
like, what's his face?
Come on, you got
Achilles.
this. Yes. So yeah, Wonder Woman is technically a golem because she is essentially.
I did not know she was molded
made
from clay.
I mean, that might have been retconned by this point because fucking DC comics are getting ridiculous now. But at one point, that was her backstory. She was crafted from clay by the goddess Hera, and then she went to protect Themyscira. That was a weird tangent.
Yes.
Anyway.
We do that.
Zombies as we know them are fairly different than how some ancient civilizations had depicted them. Some refer to zombies as being more akin to spirits and demons. Fuck if I know why.
Well, they're dead and you're bringing them back to life. They have no soul.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see where you would say that.
But yeah, some have referred to zombies as more akin to spirits and demons instead of your rotting Uncle Charlie.
You don't even have an Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say my Uncle Charlie. There's someone listening to this probably has an Uncle Charlie that is dead. Sorry,
I don't
guys.
even have an Uncle Charlie.
Hell, even the Bible, the holiest of holy tomes, has zombies in it to a degree. Because they don't outright say the word zombie in the Holy Bible, because that would be blasphemous. But there are reanimated people in the Bible. Therefore, they're zombies. So, what I will call the modern zombie was popularized by who? Pop quiz. The modern zombie as we know it today, who popularized it? Come on, horrorhead, you know this.
First thing that pops in my head is Stephen King, but I know it's not
No,
him.
he doesn't do zombies. I mean, he does, but not to the degree of this man.
I don't know.
George Romero.
Oh, shit.
He popularized the modern concept of a zombie with his critically acclaimed directorial debut, Night of the Living Dead!
I have had a bottle of wine and 4 beers.
You get on my case about knowing shit like this, and now I
Had you asked me when I wasn't half sauced.
But yes, George A. Romero.
We might have to watch that when we're done recording.
Oh, God. George A. Romero. I watched it recently. I don't know if I can sit through it again.
Fine.
George A. Romero cemented the idea of what we consider a zombie.
Yeah.
In 1969. Nice. With Night of the Living Dead. Which, by the way, didn't even call them zombies. They were called ghouls. And ghouls are an entirely different can of worms. I'll open on another day.
Ghouls are mythical creatures.
Yes.
They're not zombies.
Yes.
They're not even close to being zombies.
That's why I said that's a different can of worms. We'll open another day. Night of the Living Dead was so popular that not only did it spawn numerous sequels and remakes of its own, but it essentially set the standard for how zombies acted and how they were dealt with. Like,
yes.
As I've stated earlier, zombies have been a cornerstone of horror for ages.
As long as I can remember, and I'm
exactly.
old.
Well, but like...
Fuck you!
Like, we have... Like I said earlier, we have had instances of zombies back to 1819, all the way back to fucking ancient Mesopotamia.
I mean, I can tell you right now, in my 52 years of life, and I do credit Granny and Granddad for my love of horror movies. Because, and I know I've probably said this before, but every Friday, that's what we did. We got, all of us kids got pizza, and Granddad would get one of Mary's pizza twists.
Oh, yes.
And we would watch a scary movie. And Granddad, during the scariest part... would cut it open, and if nobody knows, we're from Jersey, so you guys may call these different things where you're from.
Think of it as, if you know what. So a pizza twist is basically like the easiest way I could explain it. It's like if you took a calzone and fried it.
It's a small pizza flipped over, so it's now half,
So you take a pizza,
You
fold that in half,
You pinch it and you deep fry it.
pinch it like a dumpling, and then fry it.
You gotta deep fry it.
Yes.
That baking shit, that's not right.
Yeah,
That's
deep
a
fry.
blasphemy.
Yes.
That's fucking blasphemous. Don't do that shit.
Just like peppers on a cheesesteak. You don't do that
what
shit.
What the fuck, man? A Philly cheesesteak don't have fucking goddamn peppers
It's
on
steak, cheese whiz, and fried onions. That's it. Moving
It's either
on.
whiz with or whiz without.
Yes.
That's how you do it. Anyway, Granddad would cut that open, and the cheese and the sauce would ooze out, and it was like right when somebody was getting their head cut or something. But it was fucking great. I had the best childhood, as sick as it might have been. But Friday nights were like, I always looked forward to
Exactly.
that. Because I had Granny, and I had Granddad, and I had
all your brothers and sisters.
Aunt Christy and Uncle John, even though Uncle John was real little at the time. And us kids would lay on the floor in front of the TV that was built in the goddamn...
Basically, like it's...
The wooden box.
The pre-CRT TVs.
Old as fuck.
We're talking about, like, the ones that looked like old radios.
But it was big like that, but it was in a wooden... Not big like that, but...
Think of, like...
It was like half that size. But we would all lay on the floor with our pizza, and Granddad would... You could hear the crunch of him cutting into it. And he would go, look at this. And we would all go, what you got, Dad? Because, only Granddad would
And then all you would hear is...
Yeah. Ew, I hate that sound.
So, fun fact, my mom hates when I do the
gross.
And the word I use to describe them is just as gross. The squelchy noises.
But my point to that is, that's where my love of horror came from, was my mom and my dad. And back then, zombies were slow.
Mm-hmm.
If they caught you, they would eat your brains.
And
but they had to catch you.
Yes, but if they caught you, they are strong.
Yes, you couldn't get away. And then zombies all of a sudden got really, really fucking fast.
Yeah, that was...
Then they went back to being slow and decrepit.
Well, that's why we have the different categories now. We have shamblers, runners, infected, because there are people that be like, infected aren't actually zombies, and it's like, it's zombie enough, man.
Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, zombies have been a cornerstone of horror for ages, from novels like The Rising to movies like Return of the Living Dead, shows like I, Zombie.
I love that show!
And video games like Resident Evil. Like, zombies have been retooled and reworked so much that you could pick any genre that isn't horror, and there's a zombie movie for it.
iZombie, perfect example.
Yeah, TV series. That's a procedural crime drama, and the main character is a zombie that finds the clues by eating the deceased brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a great show. I was mad when they turned that off.
You want comedy?
When they turned it off.
When they canceled it. Comedy. Shaun of the Dead. Romance. Warm Bodies.
That was a good movie.
Drama. Literally any zombie movie can be a drama.
Another comedy. Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah. Like, and zombies are such a focal point in horror that, honestly,
It's never gonna go away.
Yeah, and it's not even that. You can't think of horror without zombies coming almost to the forefront of your brain.
Zombies are right up there with vampires.
Exactly. Vampires, zombies, hell.
Werewolves.
You don't see a whole lot of werewolf stuff, though.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you see, we've been getting...
That might be another one we have to do is werewolf movies, because American Werewolf in London, fucking fantastic.
And then there's The Howling.
That's great, too.
Did you ever watch The Howling 2? Your Sister's a Werewolf? With Christopher Lee in it for no reason.
And then there was another one.
Fun fact. The Howling 2, your
Nightbreed.
Nightbreed is good. I like
Nightbreed is good.
But fun fact.
So now you're going to have to do all those.
Yeah. So fun fact about The Howling 2. Sorry, I'm kind of trailing off on this. Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf, originally went by a different title. Sturba the Wolf Bitch.
Okay.
Because that's the villain's name. And also, that movie has just, like, a gratuitous, like, rip off the top scene. And the woman was,
Titties?
Yes. And the woman was pretty well endowed. But the funniest part about it is the end credits, where, like, to the beat of the song, every time you heard like a snare hit, they'd cut to the scene of her top getting ripped open.
And the titties are just jiggling.
Oh no, they're not jiggling. They're fake, so they're solid there. But anyway,
He's thinking about titties.
meh. But anyway, that was my short.
They're titties.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna think about titties. Go ahead.
But yeah, that was my short little lesson on zombies.
I liked it.
Thank you.
I didn't realize they actually had categories
Yeah.
for zombies. I just thought they were slow motherfuckers and fast motherfuckers.
Nope. The people will be like that. Yeah, there's shamblers, there's runners, infected,
So
and
the
then
shamblers are the ones that meander along.
yes, those are the ones that are just like. And then you have runners.
Like, there's a girl
Yeah,
in the garden.
exactly. And then you have runners like, and they just sprint after you. Like 28 Days Later, World War Z.
Great movie.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I didn't like the idea of it at first, but
It's good.
I heard the third act of it deviates.
It's good.
I heard the third act deviates
Or is
from
it
the
just
book.
because Brad Pitt is in it?
Oh no, I don't care about that. I like Brad Pitt as an actor. Bullet Train's one of my favorite.
That was a great movie.
That's one of my favorite modern movies right now. But like,
All right, so we'll watch World War Z.
yeah, we'll watch World War Z. I'll give it a chance. I just heard that the third act of it deviates from the novel a lot. But
But you didn't read the novel. So.
I didn't either. But I like when stuff sticks to the source material.
Well, if you didn't read the novel, you're not going to know.
I'm just saying that's what I've heard. But anyway,
All right.
I digress. That is my short lesson on zombies, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back.
Hey guys. Whew.
He a little bit tired.
I know a lot of talking that
So
segment.
you're a slow zombie. All right, guys. So I am up next, and I had a serial killer in mind. Go figure.
But it was a little too dark from what I've heard.
I did some research on this son of a bitch, and I do a lot of research on these people, and they're taxing on my mental state, to say the least. But this one was especially taxing. The fucker is still alive, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, he's 2 years younger than I am, and there were children involved. So I just needed a break. It's coming. The research has already been started, but I just figured I'm going to talk about something different. I'm going to take it back to a mythical thing. If you're spiritual like I am not religious. I am not Catholic. I am not Methodist. I am not Protestant. I am none of those religions.
Are you about to talk about angels?
No.
Damn.
You're
Seraphim?
You're never gonna guess this.
Wait, okay. So if you're saying you're not religious, it must be related.
I'm not religious.
It must be related to religions in some way, and it's mythical.
It's not related to religion at all.
Oh, then why'd you bring up religion?
Because I'm saying it's not related to.
Oh,
anything.
okay. Let's see if it's mythical. Let's see. Was I close with angels or seraphim?
Not at all.
All right.
One more guess.
Oh, fuck. Can I ask for a hint?
Wine.
Not my guess, but is it a god? Like a...
She is not a god,
Okay.
and she's not a goddess.
Okay.
She is technically a nymph.
An
But
Undine?
she worships her god, which is the god of wine and fertility.
Oh,
What was Aunt Lee's old street she used to live on?
Bacchus.
That's the god that she
Yeah.
worships.
I don't know why my immediate thought was an Undine, but I know that's wrong. It's
We're going to talk about a Maenad.
I have never heard of that.
Okay, so here we go.
You go ahead. I'm gonna look up what one looks like because I might have seen it. And
Today we're going to talk about the Maenad, mainly because I started watching True Blood again, and there's one on there.
How do you spell that?
Maenad.
Maenad.
So first, we'll talk about what a Maenad is. According to the dictionary, a Maenad is a female follower of Bacchus,
Mm-hmm.
traditionally associated with divine possession and frenzied rites. Frenzied rites were activities or actions that were wild, excited, and uncontrolled. So basically a shit show.
Yeah. Also, another name for Bacchus would be Dionysus, which is
I'm getting to that.
that was the name I was trying to think of.
So according to Wikipedia,
Uh-huh.
Bacchus was the Roman god of agriculture, wine, and fertility, equivalent to the Greek god Dionysus.
That's the name I was trying to think of, was Dionysus.
Dionysus was said to be the last god to join the 12 Olympians.
Okay.
Supposedly, Hestia gave up her seat for him.
You know, my brain was gonna say, like, Hestia or Hephaestus, but Hephaestus was, like, the blacksmith to the gods.
So, his plants were vines and twirling ivy.
Yes.
He
because
carried-
grapes.
Yes, he carried a pine cone top staff, and his followers were goat-footed satyrs and Maenads, wild women who danced energetically during these festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Bacchus is the son of Jupiter.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I'm down with the god of wine.
I can tell.
But only the sweet wine. I don't do that dry shit. So knowing what we just heard, the Maenads were only women. They were not men.
Yes.
The word Maenad comes from the Greek word mad or demented.
Mm-hmm.
Checks out when I talk about the one in True Blood later. And yes, it's an old show, but if you haven't seen it, it's back on HBO, motherfuckers. And I will be giving spoilers. Do yourself a favor and check it out.
Yes. Spoiler warning for a show that's, what, almost 20 years old?
2000... When
Oh,
the fuck did it start?
True
There were 7
Blood.
seasons.
True Blood started...
Guess what? So many people like it, HBO just brought it back. It's not like new, but you know.
2008. So that started when I went into high school. That was my freshman year.
And there were 7 seasons.
Yeah, 2008
But
to
here's a
2014.
fun fact. When True Blood first started, I bought all the books.
Nice.
Yes,
I remember that. They're all in there.
Yep, I still have all the books. And Sookie was a whore.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like a ho-ho.
Oh, I forgot Anna Paquin was in that.
Yeah, that's Sookie.
Yeah. Alexander Skarsgård?
Yes, he's my favorite. And Joe Manganiello.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
He's the werewolf. God damn.
How many other people do I know about that were in this?
So,
Nope, just those 3.
anywho,
Oh, nope, Lizzie Kaplan. I know that one.
like I said, it's back on HBO. I will be giving spoilers.
Melissa Rauch, really? She was,
Yeah,
Big
Big Bang.
Yeah, she's, what's her name? Bernadette.
Yeah. So, do yourself a favor, check it out. If you like all things supernatural,
How do you
hot
go from
men.
True Blood to Big Bang Theory? That's such a downgrade.
Well, that was... Nah, she played a decent character. She was only on there for like 3 episodes.
Well, no, I'm saying going from True Blood to Big Bang Theory in general is just a downgrade to me. I really don't like Big Bang Theory.
See, I did. I liked Big Bang Theory. Anywho, if you like all things supernatural,
Rachel Wood,
hot men, and titties
Robert Patrick.
all over your screen, this is for sure your show. But let's talk about what Maenads look like. They're said to be covered in either fawn
Okay.
or panther skins draped around their neck. But like, not like a scarf, kind of like a sash.
I was gonna say like a cloak or something.
Yeah, like a sash. They're said to be absolutely beautiful and fair-skinned. That's really all I found on their appearance. Like, if you Google them, that's what you'll see.
Yeah. Because you're gonna see mostly, obviously, you're gonna just see artistic renditions.
You're going to see
of
the
them.
Greek rendition, yeah.
Where they're like on the vase and they're posed like.
Yeah. Like, they sound amazing, though, as far as their appearance, but their actions
Are a little questionable.
Yeah, so... At first, like you thought, I thought they were some sort of goddess.
Yeah.
But they are nymphs. Nymphs, but by definition, are inferior female divinities.
Okay.
They are not immortal, but they do live a very, 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 very,
So they're
very
kind of like...
long time.
So they're like the step below, I'm guessing, demigod?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And they are a little angry towards the menfolk.
Oh, no, that makes sense, considering there's only females. What is this, Themyscira?
Well, I mean, Bacchus is the one that they report to, so...
The one man they report to. Bacchus is the only man we like. Fuck all you other men folk.
Yeah. So, what does a Maenad do?
Yeah.
Exactly. What kinds of shit are they known for getting into, one might ask?
I can only imagine.
Well, let's get into it.
Are they like succubi in a way?
No.
Okay.
Well...
Are they lesbian succubi?
Well, they'll fuck anything.
Fair.
Okay, so... But you have to remember, too...
Just like men in the 21st century. Oh, wow.
Gods... If we're looking back to Greek mythology, or any mythology...
Everyone back in ancient Greek mythology was horny.
Greek mythology, Celtic mythology, Roman mythology... There has always been... guy on guy, girl on girl.
Yeah, ancient...
Orgies.
Ancient Greek...
It's not as uptight as it is now.
Oh, yeah. Ancient Roman or Greek wrestling was done naked.
Mm-hmm.
And in, like, mud pits and shit. Also, you know why shit like centaurs and minotaurs exist? Every origin story for a
Because they were banging animals.
Every origin story for, like, a human half-breed or any half-breed creature usually starts with, well, Zeus was horny one day.
Exactly. So, they're known for getting people shit-face hammered and then causing the orgies. And I mean orgies as in drunken fucked upness. Sounds fine and dandy, but there's also the other part that comes with that. The frenzy part. Remember I said the frenzy. So when you're in a frenzy...
So drunken, angry sex.
Well, it's not just that, but when you're in a frenzy, shit happens. Like, bad shit.
Yeah.
Violence, sacrifice.
Yep.
So basically...
blood orgies!
Yeah, so basically the Maenad gets you fucked up, and then you find out.
They get you fucked up, and then you fuck up.
Yeah. So, now let's get into what she did on the season of True Blood.
Mm-hmm.
So first, you have no idea what the fuck she is, right?
Yeah.
It's not until later... till her actual name comes out.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't...
Of what she is, not her real, like her name.
Not
her
her
name
character
is
name.
Marianne.
Yeah. Marianne the Maenad, go figure.
But until she reveals her true self, you really don't know, like...
Yeah, I wouldn't know jack shit.
You're kind of like this.
The fuck's a Maenad?
With that stupid... No, before you even know what she is...
Oh, you're looking at her like, huh?
Because she does this whole, like, vibrational thing.
And you're just like...
And you're like...
What?
That don't look like anything I've ever seen before. Like, we all know vampires. We all know werewolves. And that's what True Blood is. It's True Blood. It's vampires. It's werewolves. It's fairies. It's...
Titties and asses of said vampires, werewolves, and fairies.
Sex all over the fucking place. It's titties. It's Eric Northman ass, which is the most perfect ass I've ever seen in my life.
It's ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Yes.
That's the second time I've made that joke recently.
So anyway, she does the basic thing. She gets you fucked up, causes major orgies, and then the fuck around and find out part comes in. So in this series, she gathers some followers at the local bar, Maenad's.
Okay.
Which is owned by a shifter. He's a shapeshifter.
Okay.
She'll get the music going, and then she'll kind of shake, and like, it's like a rattle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, everything around her just, it's like a vibration.
Yeah.
Then all the people in the bar's eyes turn, like, they black out.
Good vibrations.
Yeah. Except it's not good. It's not
sweet
good.
sensation.
And when their eyes turn black, now
that's when the power hits.
She's completely, they're all completely under her spell.
Yes.
So then they start fucking.
They start fighting.
And then the sacrifices come. She starts eating hearts.
Yeah.
But she has her minions with the black eyes that helps her. So, like, in the show, the only way to kill her is to let her air testicles marry her true god, which would be Bacchus, if you're thinking about it. Or Dionysus. And there's this nasty ass egg. I don't know what the fucking point to that was. Like maybe a rebirth. And they're licking it. It fucking skeeved me out. But anyway, they did end up killing her. I know it seems corny, but if you think about it, the show is good. It is good. It's good if you like vampires, especially fucking hot as hell vampires, werewolves, werepanthers. Apparently that was a thing. Fairies. And at this point, there's probably more. I can't remember because it's been so long since I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But she would cause she could cause a shifter to shift on her command. So like the guy that owned the bar was a shapeshifter. He could transform into anything he wanted. But when she got mad, she would start that whole vibration thing.
Yeah.
And she would make him shift into what she wanted him to shift into.
Okay.
So it was like she had control over not just human beings, but soups, air testicles, as they say in the show.
Like SUPES?
Yeah, supernatural soups.
Oh, see, when you say soups, I think superhero.
No. Soups as in supernatural.
Soups as in Superman. Soups as in lobster
so what
bisque.
I'm gathering a Maenad is, she's not a goddess. She's a step below a goddess, but she still serves Bacchus, who is the god of fertility, the god of wine. But then after so much wine...
I mean, that makes sense that the god of fertility and wine has a follower that gets people drunk and fucked.
Well, it's not just one. There's a whole shitload of them.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that makes sense that his followers would, use what he's known for.
Right. But it just takes me back to, like...
What?
Why do people... And here's the thing. Because, here's my witchy thought.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always puts their... What's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't want to know what you're trying to think of.
People always want to say that... They always talk down about things they don't understand.
Yeah.
Like me.
It's an ignorance thing.
Right. I don't believe in God anymore after your brother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in that anymore. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in any religion at all anymore. Except for the Nordic, the Greek, I believe in the gods.
You have more of... You would rather assume...
I have a more spiritual understanding.
Well, I was going to say, you are more inclined to believe that there are gods for multiple things instead of one all-powerful.
Specific things.
Yes.
You have your god of wine and fucking.
Yeah.
You have your god of famine. That's his job. He's there to...
The god of the sea. The god of... cows.
To me, it makes more sense. So I think that's why
The god of cows.
I'm just sitting here laughing because I'm sitting here going, a Maenad must be really fucking cool to hang out with. And then I'm like,
wait a minute.
Nah. Like, I just want her wine and then she can go away.
Give me the wine and you can go fuck somewhere else.
Yeah, I really don't want to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to eat no one's heart, and I don't want to lick no nasty ass fucking egg that's like fucking 3 feet tall. And, I mean, that was probably just put on for the show, but
maybe.
It was fucking disgusting.
See, I've never watched True Blood, so out of context, this all sounds hilarious to me.
See, now you're going to have to watch it, because it is a really good show. And titties,
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties. But I just wanted to make it a little bit lighter. Not that a Maenad is lighter, because she's a ravenous, heart-eating...
semi-demigod.
Orgy-causing... black-eyed people-making, egg-licking demigod.
I thought you were going to do a one-on-one horrifying purple people eater joke.
That would have been funny.
I wouldn't have been able to think of one fast enough.
But, yeah, to me, they say that they are nymphs, but to me, it does kind of sound like a demigod, because a demigod is not immortal.
Mm.
So, to me, that's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe that'll be the next thing I do as a nymph. Just so that,
all
we have
wine,
more...
full, porn, crazy fuck, I can't think of one more word.
Nymph, not to be confused with nymphomaniac.
Which I'm assuming is where the word comes from, but...
Well, most likely.
Yeah.
Because she does...
Well, I mean, nymphs... there's different types of nymphs aside from a Maenad.
Yes. There's a lot of different types.
Yes.
You're singing One-Eyed, One-Horn.
No, I'm trying to think of one specifically for a Maenad.
But anyway, that is...
Oh. All wine, full, porn, crazy, nympho, people eater.
Oh my. Crazy people heart eater. It was all about the heart.
Yeah.
Like, she would, like, rip their hearts out. And then, like... that escapes me out. Consume them. Stop it! Nasty. Anyway, guys, that was a Maenad. I guess we will do another poll on this episode to see if you want to hear more about mythical.
Yeah, like ancient polytheistic creatures, or I got nothing for the other option.
Or
modern. I was gonna say, since we did zombie, my part was zombies. We could say, do you want to see?
Do you want to hear more about gods, goddesses, and that type of thing, or zombies, vampires, werewolves kind of thing?
Do you want to hear about universal monsters, or do you want to hear about deities of sorts?
Deities, perfect.
There you go. So yeah, God, I'm already winded again. So that was this episode of Horror Cultural, where we grow love for all things spooky and macabre.
Watch True Blood. It's on HBO. You will not be disappointed if you love supernatural stuffs.
Especially if you like supernatural.
And titties.
And ass.
And titties.
All right.
You guys have a fantastic night, and we will catch you very, very soon.
Yes, we will.
Bye! Ew!
If you have a suggestion or would like to reach out to us, or you just want to hear more Horror Cultural, be sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or send us an email at horrorcultural@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook at Horror Cultural, Instagram at Horror Cultural, and Twitter at Horror Cultural. Should be obvious at this point. But yes, please follow us everywhere you can, and don't forget to check out our website when it inevitably is finished.